recently flew from Houston to Amsterdam in KLM's business class and want to share the experience with you. Bit of a spoiler alert, we were really impressed. This is Travel Award Search. Remember to give us a like if you enjoy this video. This flight was on an A330, and as I said, it was from Houston to Amsterdam. We were able to book this flight for just 50,000 flying blue miles and a little more than $250 per ticket. And we bought 2 tickets, and that included actually going on from Amsterdam to Helsinki. I really appreciated our warm and prompt greeting with a glass of champagne served in a very elegant glass. We got to sip on that as we got settled in. The flight has a 222 configuration. The seats are quite comfortable and have a very nice seat control pad. The 222 configuration does mean that people in the window seats have to step over the person in the aisle seat in order to get out. So especially if you're traveling by yourself, you may want to select the middle seats. There was a blanket and pillow on the seat. There's no mattress pad. The seats also had very nice legroom, and my husband thought these were the most comfortable lie-flat beds we've experienced, and we've been on several different airlines in business class. This gives you a full view of what the seat is like when it's in lie-flat mode. And it is quite comfortable and pretty roomy. The storage compartments above are quite large, and I did enjoy the blue lighting. It was very nice. However, as with many of these flights, the in-seat storage was a little sparse. There was a shoe cubby and a little bit of room under the footrest. There's also a shelf with the water holder and a small rack next to you that you could put an iPad in or something like that. They gave you a pretty cute amenity bag, and I thought it was more useful than most because it's actually a foldable cloth bag you could use for groceries or any other extras. It came with the typical assortment of lotions, socks, and eye shade, and something unusual was it came with a toothbrush but then toothpaste tablets. I still never opened them up and used those. That was a little different. The seat does have a USB port, and the plug to the right of it is for the headphones. After we took off, you had your choice of several different wines and cocktails. You can see them here in the menu. I stuck with the champagne and enjoyed that with the warm nuts that they served. The lobster bisque appetizer was an absolutely excellent choice and probably my favorite food of the flight. It had more lobster in it than any lobster bisque I've ever had at a restaurant. For the main dish, I opted for the tasting of delicacies. It contained 4 different things: a crab cake, cheese tortellini, spinach, and grilled tomatoes. And they were all quite good. Service was just outstanding. I can't say enough about the flight attendants. If you were behind them in the bathroom and they had the cart in the aisle, they immediately recognized you and said, "Oh, let me get out of your way," backed up and let you through. I'm used to them breathing heavily and saying, "Okay, wait just a minute." They also were very engaging and conversational, and they seem to be genuinely interested in speaking with their customers. Taking a look at the entertainment system, there was a very nice big screen, a really good picture and good clarity, several different entertainment choices. I tend to focus most on the movies, and there were numerous selections of movies, and they were organized in different categories, which made it a little bit easier to page through them. They also provided very good noise canceling headphones that worked quite well. One downside is that the seats do not have any kind of a side shelf. The person in the middle seat next to me had their TV on all night, and that light was rather disturbing. But that was a minor consideration. There was a nice breakfast array available before landing. I chose the cold plate and everything was quite delicious. Again, the service was absolutely impeccable. And of course, at the end of the flight, they came and gave you the traditional KLM house, which is always a nice touch and a nice collectible to have. We promised more details on our redemption, and here they are. As we mentioned, these flights were from Houston to Amsterdam and then on to Helsinki, Finland. And we were able to book them for just 50,000 flying blue miles and a little more than $250 per ticket for our 2 tickets. But the redemption got even better than that. There was a 25% bonus for transfers from Chase Ultimate Rewards to Flying Blue. So we were able to turn 80,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points into 100,000 Flying Blue miles for these tickets. Compared to the value at the time of booking, which was $2,150 per ticket, this results in 4 3/4 cents per point, which is a really outstanding value. Now note that we did book these when the flights opened up 355 days in advance. Usually you can get these great deals either right when the flights open or very late with a last-minute booking. You can keep watching in between and things will pop up, but if you're able to plan far in advance, it is a huge benefit. Clem wanted to come with us as usual, but instead she's going to have to settle for helping us with the key points. Aren't you, Clem? Overall, we really enjoyed our KLM Business Class experience. The seats were extremely comfortable, and my husband thought they were some of the best lie-flat beds that we've ever experienced. We rated them 4 stars because of the open shell on the side, which caused me to see the TV across the way through the flight, and because the 222 configuration didn't give the person at the window seat direct access to the aisle. The food was delicious. We were really impressed by the food. The lobster bisque in particular was my favorite, but all the food and the wines and the cocktails were very good. Service was absolutely outstanding. This is the best service we've experienced in business class. It was prompt, it was friendly, and what I really enjoyed is all the staff were very engaging and seemed very genuine in their desire to talk to you and to serve you on the flight. The entertainment system was very good. The screens were excellent. Really liked the clarity of them. Good headphones, good movie selection. Didn't have my favorite, Bohemian Rhapsody, but had a really good selection of options. The value for this flight was also outstanding, as we just explained. Getting 4.75 cents per point for the Ultimate Rewards points and being able to book business class for just 40,000 Ultimate Rewards points was a real deal. Overall, we'd rate them a solid 4.5 stars and would certainly recommend the experience to anyone. We hope you enjoyed this video. This is Wandering Woman and Clem with Travel Award Search. We certainly appreciate your likes and your shares and would love to hear your comments. As always, travel wisely, travel well. Thank you.